guys. So for all you Swifties, the Tortured Poets Department is out with also the anthology. So she released 2 albums. I listened to a bunch of songs last night. So I may do a few here, okay? But I've got to do this Florence and the Machine collab, because I have not listened to Florence in a while, and when I heard her voice in this song, I'm sorry, I'm just looking up the lyrics because it's not on here. God, I love her voice, and I'm like, how have I not done like Florence reaction? So I love her part in this song, and also I love that it's Florida, which I am born in New York, but I was raised in Florida. I am a Florida girl, and like I resonate so much with everything Florida. So we are going to do Florida. Let's do it.
You can be the charges too. They said I was a cheat. I guess it must be true. And my friends all smell like weed or little babies. And the city reeks of driving myself crazy. Little did you know your home's really only a town you're just a guest in. So you work your life away just to pay for a timeshare down in Destin, Florida. Is one hell of a drug. Florida.
We're gonna just listen.
The hurricane was my name when it came. I got drunk and I dared to wash away. Barricaded in the bathroom with a bottle of wine. Well, me and my ghost, we had a hell of a time. It's so haunted, but I'm feeling just fine. All my girls got their lace and their crimes, and your chain husband disappeared. Well, no one asks any questions here. So I did my best to let to rest all of the bodies that have ever been on my body and in my mind. They sink into the swamp. Is that a bad thing to say in a song? Little did you know you're wondering only the time you'll get arrested. So you pack your life away just to wait out the shitstorm back in Texas, Florida. It's one hell of a drive, Florida.
I really wanted to keep listening, but I'm going to talk about this. It's so cool that there's this song from Taylor Swift about Florida, and the only other song I could think of is like Florida Kilos from Lana. That it's like I never really feel like Florida's that important, or like there's this like romanticized idea around it, and then I hear songs like this and I'm like, oh wow, like we actually have something that is romanticized, that's appealing, and that is significant in some way to people, certain people, I guess. Anyways, I don't even know what I'm saying. But so you can beat the heat if you beat the charges too, which is kind of like the heat. You can, like, the slack you get from the, like, taking the heat is like, but it's also the heat in Florida. But if you beat the charges too, if you don't take responsibility, then you don't have to take the slack, right? They said I was a cheat, I guess it must be true, and my friends all smell like weed or little babies. That's interesting because that, well, when I first heard that, I thought like LA, like, because she's talking about, little did you know your home's really a town you're just a guest in. So it's kind of like you don't really belong where you're at, and you work your whole life just to pay for a little town timeshare down in Destin. There's just so much here. Well, like a timeshare down in Destin, Florida, is where you go to retire, right? So you work your whole life to just kind of then escape and just retire, right? But the city reeks of driving myself crazy. To me, she's talking about LA, but also like all my friends smell like weed or little babies is kind of like there's a lot about like not taking responsibility. And I guess Florida is a place where a lot of people see Florida as like a retirement home, or also just like, I want to say an escape, but I didn't really ever think of it like that, but like a place where you're just chill, where you don't really have to work hard. So it's almost like kind of like, I feel like Florida is this metaphor for like a bum, like a beach bum, right? And this whole theme of this album is about someone who is like hurt her and not taking responsibility, or she sees as a bum, right? So I'm just listening to this for the first time, so I'm sure this will change, right? So I did my best to lay to rest all the bodies that have ever been on my body, and in my mind they sink into the swamp. But I feel like that's saying, well, she's saying she's trying to put to rest all the people she's been with, but also this could be the guy she's saying that just kind of like doesn't even face all the crimes that he does. This is like no body, no crime kind of, right? I love when Florence does, well, that was her part. There was a part that like her voice was like, ugh, maybe we'll just replay it. But Florida is one hell of a drug. Florida, can I use you up? Yeah, so Florida is like this metaphor for, Florida is one hell of a drug. Florida, can I use you up? It's just interesting because being a Florida girl, like there's such an energy around the word Florida and just what it means. It's kind of just like this laid back party, not taking responsibility. You know, a lot of people spring break here. So Destin is also a spring break place. But, all right, let's keep going. At least the dolls are beautiful. Fuck me up, Florida. It's weird because it's like Florida's kind of like a more chill LA, but it's kind of that same idea of like there's a lot of beautiful people here. It's a beautiful place. It's just like a place where it's very different from other places, like I guess, because it's always hot. It's always like relaxed. The pace is always slower. It's definitely like you think of New York as like fast paced. People are always trying to get somewhere. They're trying to work hard. There's a hustle. Florida, I mean, I could make a million videos about Florida and what it's like living here. And there's also different parts of Florida, but it's just a really slow paced life here. So I need to forget, so take me to Florida. I mean, when you're here, wasting away again in Margaritaville. All right, let's go. I love this song. But you know, people also say people go to Florida, like there's so many jokes like Florida's God's waiting room because there's like a lot of elderly people here. Florida's like where you go to die. So it's kind of like your last place before you pass because there's a lot of elderly people here, but also it's little do you know your home's really only a town you're just a guest in. It kind of reminds me of Temporary Home from Carrie Underwood, where it's like life is just kind of a place that you're temporarily here and then you go to die. And I also feel like she's making this reference to her relationship where she thought it was permanent, but it ended up just being temporary. And everything is kind of temporary, right? And I need to forget. And a lot of times I'm just kind of seeing Florida as like an escape, right? And a lot of times people drink to forget, one drink to remember, then another to forget. That's Hotel California, which I feel like there's a lot of like similarities. I feel like there's so much deep diving in this song, but okay. It really is.
Florida, can I use you? Florida.
Florida's also a name, like a synonymous for a person, is this person is like a drug, and they made her feel happy, they made her feel sunshiny, they made her feel relaxed, they made her like feel like an escape, but it was only temporary.
It's one hell of a drug. Florida,
Wow. What's the Texas thing, shitstorm back in Texas? It's like kind of interesting because it's like LA to Texas to Florida, all these sunny places, all these kind of like chill places. I don't know, but when I heard Texas, I thought that it was some like Florence and Machine has history in Texas. I feel like we need to like deep dive into this song, but I'm just so happy she did a Florida song and really put us on the map. And it's like, it means so much to me because, you know, people say like, this is where I'm from, but when I say that, I get like flashes of my whole life and my whole identity and so many memories that are associated with being a Florida girl. So it's like, it's deep in my cells being a Floridian, and it's like, I don't know, I just need to like keep listening to this song and figure more out. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye.